So I actually built this picnic table for my dad for Father's Day. I built two, a 5.5 foot and a 7.5 foot, which I'm gonna walk you through the 7.5 foot one in this video, but you can find all the measurements and everything you need for the 5.5 foot one in the description below. My dad actually built himself picnic tables years ago, but they have seen better days, and it's been on his list to do forever. But I figured for Father's Day it'd be the perfect gift. Might as well get him some new picnic tables and make a new video while I'm at it. My dad actually made my husband and I a picnic table about 5 years ago, and so I used his design as my template. And now I'm really excited to return the favor. So let's get to work. First thing we're going to do is cut all the pieces for our tabletop, seats, and legs. For a 7.5 foot table, we need 6 boards at 90 inches for the top and the seats. I'm using 2x6 cedar, but you could use any 2x6 lumber. Then we need 2 boards at 33 inches and 2 at 65 inches for the legs. Then turn your saw to 30 degrees and mark the center of the 33 inch and 64 inch boards and trim the corner on both ends to give your table some style. Leaving your saw at 30 degrees, cut 4 pieces at 35 inches to complete the legs. Now we're going to assemble our legs. I used 1/2 inch carriage bolts with coordinating washers and nuts along with a 1/2 inch drill bit. You could use 3/8 or even a 1/4 inch bolts, but 1/2 inch carriage bolts add an industrial and bulky look to the table, which I liked. Line up your legs in top crossers so that the tops are flush and the ends intersect. Clamp them in place and screw your holes for the carriage bolts. I made a little template for where my bolts were going to go so that they were all the exact same. I used a mallet to give the bolts a little encouragement. Then flipped it over and added the nuts and washers. Then I repeated these steps with the lower crosser, bringing it up 12 inches from the bottom and ensuring it is centered. Then repeat these steps with the matching set of legs. Now we're going to begin assembling our table. Find something to lean your legs against and then lay down only the outside seat boards and put 1 screw in each end. We're doing this so that we can check to make sure the table is perfectly square before putting it all together. Measure from corner to corner to check for square. It should be the exact same distance in both directions. You may need to make a few adjustments to get it nice and square. Then lay out your tabletop boards. After I finished this project, I realized that I should have left off the 2 middle boards on the top to make it easier to assemble the angled support pieces on the bottom later. I just used a chisel to make sure my boards were evenly spaced apart. Then I checked for square again and shuffled boards around as needed. Then I laid down painter's tape on either side of the board I was screwing into, so I didn't have to worry about where my 2x6 was underneath. Then lay down the rest of your seat boards and screw them down. Next, we're going to flip the picnic table over to add the supports. Lay down one 32-inch piece across the width of the table and screw it to the tabletop boards, except for the middle 2 pieces that shouldn't be there for ease of assembly later. Now we're going to cut out our angled support pieces. I used a miter saw for this part, but I've designed a template to help you with these angles, and they might be easier to trace on and cut with a skill saw. You can find a link to the template in the description below. I did my first cuts at 22 degrees at both ends, 33 inches apart. Then I turned my board 90 degrees, marked 1.25 inches in and cut, then marked 1/2 inch in on the other end and cut. Set them in place and screwed the outside ends to the crossers. Then cut your cover pieces using the template I made that is linked to in the description below. Set them in place and screw them on. Surprise, surprise, I couldn't make it through a project without making a mistake. It's not a big deal though. The angled supports underneath aren't attached to the tabletop yet. I was saving it for my very last step, and I was thinking that I would just screw through the top, but given the layers there, it's kind of impractical, so I'm just going to show you what's up. I was just going to screw in this piece to this piece. I was going to do it from the top, but they'd have to have like 6-inch screws, and then I'd have more screw holes in the top, because yeah, this isn't even like attached right now. So I think I'm just going to take the middle board off on the top and then screw in from here. I had to just flip it up and take out these 2 screws so that it would let go of this board, and then same on the other side, so I could take out the 2 center boards and then screw it in from the top. So I would just suggest not screwing in the 2 middle boards when you put the tabletop together. You can place them in just for spacing, or just put like 1 screw in them, but then just leave them unattached and then leave them as the final 2 pieces, and that should solve all the problems. But it is officially done. Yay!
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that little notification bell for more super trendy, budget-friendly ways to decorate your home, inside and out. You can also find me on Instagram at timberandt_ for more behind the scenes.